Sketchy. Hey everybody, it's Josh. Welcome back. More Disney today. Drawing Gaston. Lead animator and I suppose designer on this one was Andreas Deja, a very interesting animator, very talented, with a very smooth and fluid style that's very recognizable in the motion of his characters and also in the design of his characters. Characters like Jafar and Scar, I believe. Others, I'm blanking a bit right now, but what a great animator. And I don't know, this is a fun character to draw. Gaston is a very underrated animated character, I think, just from an artistic standpoint, because he's just kind of he's supposed to be the handsome lug over against the more exotic and scary beast. He's supposed to be a jerk and a villain, but and conventionally handsome in a way that no one's interested in. But really, what a cool design, an unusual design, I think, for a handsome, even for a villain, but just for a human character who is supposed to be desirable and yet also turn out to be a jerk. I mean, it's kind of apparent immediately that Gaston is a jerk, but I don't know. I just was impressed from the first in 1991 when I saw this film, and the great presence of this character on screen, and fun to mess around with, fun to recreate. It's that fine detail, the way that like a very complex face and mouth and smile is kind of boiled down to the fewest shapes possible while still being sophisticated, is what I admire about this kind of character design. You know from some of my other videos that I really like the more stylized Disney stuff, the more pencily, the more boxy, the boxy fingers of Merlin and Wart in Sword in the Stone, but I do like the elegant, softer characters like this as well. I was also just pleased that this drawing came out acceptable to me on the first try. I thought this was going to be more challenging than it turned out to be. I am looking at a still from the film on my phone. This is pretty true to that. I may have simplified the pose a little bit, and obviously I left out the background and all that stuff, and I just wanted to try and catch the attitude of this character as most of us likely remember him. And I think I've included the coloring process here, so I'm almost done inking. Just a very specific, very subtle, I don't know, the amount of lines to show the knuckles and the cheeks and stuff. It's not too much, but it's enough to take this to another level. I guess I'm just admiring the design here today, not so much my rendering of it, which I guess is serviceable. But now we get into the fun, the color. I'm not sure that's the right color. I'm not really good with color. Let me just be. I think I've been frank about that before. Painting and coloring, just choosing colors is not my strength. Another reason that I'm lucky, I like to draw cartoons where you can get away with a lot of flat, simple colors. But I think this turns out okay in the end. I just felt like, is this even the right? I think it's a little more of a maroon, or more of like a rusty color on his coat in this scene, this would-be wedding scene in Beauty and the Beast. Just what a revelation in 1991 to see this movie. Disney's already back, right? We're already excited. Ashman and Menken have already made their presence felt on the Little Mermaid, and animated fairy tales are back. And then Beauty and the Beast, just what a extraordinary moment that was to see. If Little Mermaid brought back Disney and Disney musical fairy tales, then Beauty and the Beast just immediately took them to another level in terms of artistry. I'm relitigating Beauty and the Beast. I don't know why. I thought it would be fun. I've mentioned this elsewhere, but I'll mention it again if you can get your hands. I think actually most home video releases of Beauty and the Beast include some version of the work in progress print. They famously, perhaps apocryphally, showed this unfinished version at the New York Film Festival of mostly pencil animation and some storyboards and a few finished shots, and then got, a half an hour long standing ovation, this legendary event. And then they released this version with the home video release, the DVD at the time, where you could watch the work in progress version of Beauty and the Beast, which for me, a kid obsessed with pencil animation, was just I couldn't believe this existed. I somehow saved up the money to buy my own copy. And oh boy, wonderful. But I do have to point out, they have changed. Disney keeps changing the work in progress edition in ways that I don't enjoy. So the original was just the work print that they showed at the festival, which I think even included shots in a different order. And I think you have to go out of I think I found it on archive.org or something, that there is an original copy of this. The quality is very low, but it is that original version. In subsequent releases on DVD and then Blu-ray, Disney started to mess with it, and they started to increase the amount of finished shots. And not only that, but when it came to a finished colored shot, they would use branching on the disc, on the DVD, and then later the Blu-ray, to actually just show the finished high-def version of that shot, and then go back for the pencil animation. I don't need that. Show me that. I want to see the film grain. I want to see what people watched, in I think it was Lincoln Center at the time, where people watched this amazing early version and saw all that beautiful pencil test. Good stuff. I wish Disney would do more of that. I love seeing the animators' original work. I beat that drum a lot on here, but that's just my particular obsession. All right, that's the end of this one. Thanks for spending time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.